start. So, hello everyone. Today we cannot do it. Sorry. Do okay, Lau. So what don't you know? UI. Let's do UI guide.
Listen, I know HOI in and out. Yeah, I don't need this guide.
It's gonna be a 10-part series. Each part is gonna be half an hour.
Press W for research. Press B for railway.
I don't use hotkeys.
What else do I need to know? That's it.
Now I will explain everything. Okay, so first things first. You'll have numbers on the top of your screen, and I'm gonna explain every single number you see.
No.
Then I will explain.
Green good, red bad.
I will then explain all the numbers you can see in the middle of your screen, and then we will work from there. And yes, in general, green is good, but Army XP is always green.
He left.
He left?
He's back.
Is he done yet?
No.
Starting from first, political power. It's just, I can see him in the voice. Political power represents the country's leaders' abilities to command the state, spend military, political.
I'm coming.
Okay. With
Okay.
with political power.
Let's go over them one by one, and I'll ask you questions instead of you yapping. Okay.
Yes, sure. Okay.
Did I waste my political power because I didn't have enough to convert to the?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I shouldn't use it when I get it, or
no, you should.
Alright.
So there is a time period when you should use political power, and when you shouldn't use it, and then when you should use it, and then when you shouldn't use it. And it's all based on game knowledge. So you, as a noob, should use it whenever you have more than 150. Because most...
Yes, so whenever I get the pop-up saying, oh, you have full changes you can...
Yes. So, what you can change with political power is your conscription law, which is how much people you can recruit into your army. Your economy law, which is how many of the resources you are trading away. So let's say base, you produce 740 tungsten here, and you can see here you are exporting 450. That is
stupid question. What do I get from exporting?
Nothing. You only get something from exporting when someone buys it. So in this case, our main guy, UK, is exporting 1.1k chromium. He's getting nothing for it, but if you, for example, buy 100 of it, which costs 2 civilian factories, then he will get 2 civilian factories straight. Like, it will be here from trade 2. Yes.
Okay.
So, in this economy law, export focus, you are 60% of your resources go directly to market. So it's a pretty open trade. The only thing worse than that is free trade, where 80% of your resources go. And this is because allied miners all need to trade with each other and with UK.
I get it. Okay, next thing.
Regarding trade also, if we swap to England, you can see that if you're in the same faction with someone, you can have, and you click this manage subjects, because you are all subjects of England in the Commonwealth, so you're like puppets. You can see that...
I think I declared freedom at some point.
Yeah, you can also do that, yeah. Here it says that you, because you're a Dominion, and this is exclusive to allies, your trade with your overlord and his trade with you is 25% cheaper. So one factory gives you 25% more than it would, from example, from Sweden, because Sweden is not in your faction. That's why you should always trade with your overlord, which is
I always pick the top result.
yeah. You should not. You should see if England has this resource. For example, chromium. England has 0 chromium, so nothing. But steel. Oh, I'm England. So here, if I trade one factory, it will give me 50, and if I trade one factory here, it will also give me 50, but that is because I didn't unpause the game, I think, or something. It should be cheaper. Maybe I can test it. No? Well, it should work like that, I don't know why it's not. Maybe it's only for the... Maybe they have to do together or something. Focus. To actually apply the benefits in the mod. Okay, you understand that. Do you understand trade now? At least on the
Yes.
surface. Okay.
Woo!
Next, you can change with political power is your economy laws. Do you remember why? Did you figure out why did I tell you to wait until partial so you can build mills? The answer is because look when I hover over it at the last modifier. Staying on civilian economy gives you a minus 40% debuff on building military factories.
I never swapped.
Yes, that is
Mm.
bad. Because
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
yeah. I mean, I remember you did. I asked you, are you partial? Because here you actually get 5% increase. So it's pretty really good.
Issues.
Another thing is the expected number of factories put on consumer goods. And that is a calculation which you can see in your construction screen. In short, a certain percentage of your civilian factories will by default, a certain percentage of all of your factories will by default go to consumer goods. And these are basically lost factories. You can do nothing with them. You cannot build, you cannot trade. They are going into the void to feed your civilians, basically. And this is modified by base by the economy law. So the lower or the more war-oriented your economy is, the lower is the base number of consumer goods your people expect. So you should always go to the bottom law. Except the exception is total mobilization, which gives you minus 2% recruitable population, and that could be an issue if you have low manpower. Let's say you're playing Australia or Finland or anyone else with low population. Canada. Okay, do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the simple ones. The more complicated ones are your political advisors, and this is what you usually buy first. So,
This is for construction speed.
yes, this is good. This one, or did you buy this one?
No, I had I'm pretty sure I had the guy, like a railroad guy. From the middle one, yeah, that one.
Yeah. Okay, that's really bad. Oh, that's a design company. So you picked like here?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's pretty bad.
Fuck!
First thing you should do is see if you have a guy like most of the other countries do. Let's say Canada. It's called silent workhorse. It just gives you a political power gain percentage. So you get 15 more political power.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yes, you don't have that. Which is okay. You can get something like Captain of Industry, which is 10% more civilian economy, civilian basic infrastructure and civilian factories, which is good in early game because you're building civilians and infra in early game if you're building it at all. The reason this is bad is because you don't want supply hubs in the early game. So if you go to your construction screen, here is where you can construct supply hubs. There, this. You can see that one supply hub costs 8,000 IC. This is called.
How do you get the IC?
Yeah, so you get it by modifiers. By default, if you hover over here, you can see that output from 11 factories is 33, and on the top you can see that one factory outputs 3 IC. Do you see that? I cannot really show you, but this can be modified. But the modifiers go after the output. The base output is always 3 for one civilian factory. And here you can also see the state infrastructure modifier, which gives you 1.6, so 60% you see here, right? And you can see that one civilian factory costs 8,000 IC. One supply hub also costs 8,000 IC. So this means if you, like in the early game, focus on, let's say you want better supply up here, supply hubs give you supply. That's all they do. They don't give you industry, they don't give you stats, they give you supply. Supply give you stats, but they don't directly give you anything useful. So why would you want to build this in the early game when you are basically wasting then a Civ? And Civ building is like exponential. Each Civ you get helps build the next Civ faster. You can see that on the prime example of Spain in this game, which had like 1 trillion Civs. Okay, so the only thing you are interested in building in early game is infrastructure or civilian factories, nothing else. Let's say you want to have a hyper railway from south of Africa to north of Egypt. And that can be good if you want to move units quickly and have supply. You don't build it first. You always build it at the last possible moment because you are wasting this IC that could be another Civ. Okay, do you understand this now concept of IC and why civilians are important to build first? The only thing more important is infrastructure. So let's compare. You can maybe do a graph and see when it is worth, at how many factories it became, and how much time it becomes worth. But you can basically build 3 infra for 1 Civ, and 3 infra gives you 30%. So I guess it varies state by state. Is it worth to build infra at all?
Can you go back to the construction screen?
Yes.
So now it says 9 plus 1 out of 22. What does that mean?
So that's the amount of total factories you can have in this state.
What is the 6 out of 10 then?
It's the infrastructure. So if I remove it, it's 60% infrastructure.
So I can put 22 civilian factories in this.
Yes, but you already have 9. And you don't have 9 civilians. If you click on the state, and here in the left, you can see you have 3 mills and 6 Civs. You can also see that by right-clicking and going into Intel Ledger, and then zooming in, you can see the total
It's raining in South Africa.
Contents of the state. Yes, you can also see that. If you click on it, you can see the modifiers affecting a region down here, which, for example, it's storming, which gives you 20% less organization regain.
Okay. Whatever.
This is another guide. This is like a combat guide. This is part 6. Right now, part 1 is just PP and economy. Okay, so let's say we fast forward a bit. No, actually, we don't need to fast forward. Let's just give us a PP. Okay, you have this icon, right? This one, modify government, pops out, right? Check my screen, it's second to last one.
Yes, I exterminate all exclamation marks in my playthrough.
Yes, that's what Alzimax does as well. So you can see everything that's glowing you can change. Even this you can change, but it's not glowing. I don't know why. So the first thing is you should pick these guys. These are the most important ones because usually they give some long-term benefit, which is good. Like we said, civilian factories is good. Nice one, retard. Okay, let's give an example then. You get another 150 PP. What do you pick now? Okay, this is now exercise for the
50
viewer.
TP like Danish pool.
What do you pick now?
Wait, with my PP,
It's interactive exercise, yes.
I pick new laws and government.
Yes, what?
I pick new person.
Which one would you pick? So you have this, 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 and this.
I pick Rudolph.
Venture capitalist.
Yes, my man.
Why?
Construction speed.
Good. That is a good pick, but it's bad. Why is it bad? Because you don't know anything about the game yet. It's good. Intuitively, it's good. But the reason it's bad is because I said so. The reason it's bad is because you will have your command power by then. And with command power, you want to pick army XP guys. So this is the first one right here. This guy.
I didn't pick any of those, I don't think.
They are the most important because they give you army experience gain daily. So it's here. You see, you're getting only 0.10 from peaceful training.
The guy I watched, he left his biggest division from early game, and he trained them.
Yes, this doesn't
And
work
that
in this
doesn't
mode.
work. Yeah.
If you check this modifier, it says... be careful not to accidentally go over minus 100 division. Not that. It actually might work for Civ. We can test it out. But yes, one division training is an exploit technically. If you delete your entire army and you only have one division and train, you should get army experience. But I'm not sure you can get the army experience from training. We shall see. Just due to the mod. So instead of doing that, you need to spend 150 PP or 100 PP to pick one of these guys. And you should...
Yes.
If
I
you,
pick James.
yes. Wait, James? There's no... Oh, this one? Speed?
Yeah.
That's decent. But my question is, why?
I don't like the other two names.
This is literally a Danish name.
Smuts.
Okay, so looking at surnames. Yes, but this is not so good for one reason. What is that reason?
Because you said so.
No, not this time. Not this time. It involves your build. What are you building on Civ?
Tanks?
What kind of tanks?
Heavy?
Do heavy tanks sound fast?
No, that's why I speed them up.
Good job.
Okay. Maybe it works for you. I would say 6% flat attack is better than 0.1, 0.4, I guess, kilometers per hour.
Yes, but then you turn a heavy tank into a light tank, and now it's broken.
No, it's still slow and useless. But it could work, I guess, if you grind your MIO, but MIO is another video. Okay, so let's just type CP20.
Tripod. That's so.
Okay, bro. And you pick this guy because it's you.
Hmm.
Look, now you get 40 0.4 army XP per day. And why is it important? Is because you want to have your entire doctrine on the start of the war.
I didn't do any of this.
Amazing. So if you look at here, this is a doctrine, and this will be explained in the another episode. But look, how many states are you getting from this doctrine?
Oh, HP.
Look for tanks. You get speed, organization.
Yeah, but speed. I just had a lecture about how speed was bad on tanks. How are you highlighting speed?
It's bad. It's like it's bad because you are missing out on 6% states. That's why it's bad. It's not bad for free.
But I had 15% speed, plus 10% speed, and now it's fighter jet.
Good point. It might work. I don't know. I didn't play the game enough. But in my professional opinion, it probably won't work. Because still, at the fastest you can get a heavy tank to go, it will still be as fast as a medium tank. So, what are you actually getting from it? Nothing? Maybe you can make an encirclement faster? Okay.
Fast forward. I get it. No speed.
Yes. You can't fast forward in real time.
I'm gonna put this live stream on 2x speed.
Okay. That covers most of the laws in government and the military staff. The only exception here is with PP you can also do... Okay, let's still stick around for a bit. Industrial concern. Now this is good. Here on South Africa you have a unique one, but it's kinda useless. Why? Because UK can give you trains, maybe not Fabianic, but other UKs maybe can give better stuff. You want this one for the factory output. So the factory output is good. Now note it's green. This factory output is green, it's only for mills. That's because military factories have different outputs than civilian factories. So if you remember, one civilian factory outputs always 3. Here, military factory output is kind of dynamic, and it's based on this production efficiency. Yes, base is the same, I think, always. I don't know how you can see military. Oh yeah, 4. Base is always 4 for one military factory, but there's a lot more percentages that go here than... There's a lot more modifiers you can add to your output than to civilians. So, if you don't know what to pick here, always go industrial concern with factory output. And the last one is theorist. Theorist reduces the cost of your land doctrine, which is this, which you never picked. This is good because it's usually cheap. Some countries get bonuses on theorists, and cheaper doctrine is better, so you can have it faster by war. That's part 1 of political power. Maybe I can cover also decisions in this part. So going top down on a minor, decisions are... This one you can hide. So this is a regular decision screen. You can see what's it gonna do, and you can see the effects if you hover over it. And to activate a decision, you click this letter with a check mark. If you have decisions that you can click, you can see this. And Alzimax cannot play with, for example, with this active. So if you don't want to see decisions that are useless, you can press this green circle and it will disable them from notifying when they are available. So let's disable free template. And then we have propaganda, which I think is important. Let's say I want to know when together is available, so I will disable these ones. And this is kind of useless. You only do this when your convoys are bugged. This is useless. And these I will cover maybe later, maybe not. This is like advanced economy guide. Okay. This is important and this is important and these are not important. So which decision I have available is this one. Okay. And in general, as an allied miner, you want to do together as soon as you can because it gives you command power, and command power is good because you pick your army guy, and army guy is good because it gives you XP. XP is good. Okay. This I will cover later. This is part 1. Any questions?